Hey there, it's Jennifer. I cannot believe it is week 8 already. It's almost time for us to part ways from our journey through the parables. I so hope that you have enjoyed it. So one of the parables that we covered this week was the parable of the persistent widow. And you've spent enough time with me so far to realize that sometimes I take a kind of unique turn on things and see things maybe in a different way. So I want to share a little bit with you about my personal world. And in my personal world, I have a fur baby named Zoe. Zoe is a Yorkie, and she's maybe 7 pounds dripping wet. She's little bitty. She's been with us for a while now, but when she first came, she was really apprehensive about the new environment. She had to learn who we were. She was a little unsettled and somewhat timid. But now, when you hear the doorbell ring or strangers come in, she pounces into action and boldly announces that we are in her daddy's house. And even though she may be little bitty, she knows her daddy is great big. And she just has the heart of a Great Dane. And I love that about her. She just has a boldness and a confidence in who she is, even though she's teeny-tiny and really couldn't hurt a fly. So I think about that with the persistent widow. I have no idea if she was a small woman at all, but she had a bold faith. And she had a boldness in her that every day she would go to this unjust judge to try to get the justice that she knows she was entitled to. Well, why did she feel that way? Because she knew whose she was. She knew that justice was hers to claim. She just needed the legal system to support her in the endeavor. So day after day, she would show up until she wore that man down. And I'm sure some of us can relate to that. To have a persistence and a perseverance in something that we want, we can pretty much wear anybody down given enough time to do so. But, when you think about that and the things that our wants versus our needs, this was clearly something that she needed and she was entitled to. And she went boldly before the judge and asked for it day after day. God invites us to come boldly before the throne as well because of whose we are. He died for us so we could have eternity in his kingdom. We are the daughters of the King. Again, in my own life, on my car, I have a little surround on my license plate, the little license plate holder that says princess. And it's not because I'm just bougie and kind of a princessy type of personality. That's not really true to my character. It is because I am a daughter of a king. And I love to share that with people and encourage them to know that they also are daughters and sons of the King that is on the throne. We are entitled to all that comes with. We are a royal lineage, and God has a plan and purpose in that. So don't worry when it comes to, okay, I might be stepping out and being a little too bold in a thing. God knows how to separate our wants from our needs. He can determine and discern all of that. We need to go boldly before the throne. We need to be in prayer and supplication over the things that we're asking for because we know we have a Father who freely gives. The persistent widow got what she was asking. He finally just said, okay, I've had enough, you're done. God doesn't treat us that way. God rewards the persistence. He doesn't get worn down and give in. So what are you believing God for? Are you pushing through? Pray until something happens? Or are you sitting and waiting and being afraid to ask for the things that you know are on your heart and your mind. God has invited us to go to him. All we need to do is believe that he will. Believer, be blessed.